Coach Rich, you've been at Ohio State for a long time now. You've worked with some elite athletes, worked with the men's basketball program, saw them to Final Fours, worked with NBA first-round draft picks. Now transitioning over to working with the men's lacrosse team. First of all, tell me a little bit about how that transition has gone and some similarities you see between some of the athletes that you've trained in other stops and your men's lacrosse athletes you have now.
You know, when you look at similarities in basketball and lacrosse, it probably has a lot more similarities than most people think. You know, when I look at the guys that attack, it's almost like a point guard. You know, these guys are trying to create space. You know, they play in the lateral and kind of the linear planes. Defensively, guys, it's almost like a defensive stance. These guys get low in the stance. They, you know, they slide. They play with their fists, their feet, trying to keep guys from getting around them. Come up with drills and things like that that are really specific to lacrosse, and a lot of them kind of look the same as basketball.
One of the things that we've seen a lot in the fall, and the motto that the team adopted is boom. So tell me a little bit more about where that came from, what that means, and then how that's going to be important moving forward as we go into the spring.
You know, anytime you kind of come into a new program, you want to bring something with you that guys kind of rally around. And BOOM stands for Brothers on One Mission. BOOM is a part of, hey, look, we're all working together. It's a rally cry, if you want to call it that. You know, we break it down to BOOM, but I think it's a constant reminder of we're all in this together, and you know, we all have the same goal.
You know, getting to know Coach Myers and his staff has been a big part of what you've done this fall. What gets you excited to work with them every day? Kind of what culture have they already created, and now you are trying to enhance? Coach
Myers has done a very impressive job with his program. The blueprint that he's kind of put into action, it's one of the best things I've ever seen. And just the culture is really good. His staff, they seem like they're handpicked for their character, for their ability to coach their positions, and then just the way they all get along together. I mean, we have a really, really good relationship within the office. I think the culture and everything he has in place is really to help guys be the very best they can be.
What is kind of going to be the identity of this team and of this program?
And they play with toughness, they play with passion, and those are things that I think that you got to continue to do. If you love to play the game, you bring it every day. You know, people say contact sport. I call it a collision sport with aggression, and so you have to bring that every day. And I think when we compete, you know, everything is preparing us to compete for games. Playing with toughness is probably our #1 goal.
Talked about, you know, just the fact that Ohio State attracts elite athletes at all levels, at all sports. But going into that a little bit deeper, is that something that really differentiates Ohio State from maybe other places? Is the level of expertise and the level of competitive excellence that you see every day around here?
Yeah, it's great for us to be able to train around the football program and see some of the other programs over here at the Woody Hayes, because we see their commitment to training, to their nutrition, to their, you know, their work on their own. So, you know, being around programs like that, it's great for our guys to see the commitment level to be the best, and it's a great model.